this story had completely changed. Ms. Adams said her daughter was not killed in an accidental shooting, that her daughter was murdered. A young woman by the name of Raelynn Cameron was shot in the chest, and the story that the police were given was that it was an accidental shooting, that there were a bunch of teenagers hanging out in this unoccupied apartment in Brooklyn, and one of them had a firearm. The firearm accidentally went off, and she was struck in the chest and killed. And that's how I got the assignment. That's basically the story I was given, and I was asked to go out and find out about this girl. Raelynn Cameron, it turns out, is an extraordinary young individual. She graduated early from the Talented and Gifted program. She was already a freshman at Medgar Evers College at the age of 17. Everybody I spoke to actually said she was a bright, beautiful, talented young woman. In the process of trying to find out who was Raelynn Cameron, I left my card with her neighbor. Her parents weren't home. Her mother wasn't home. And I did everything that you're supposed to do. I called her family's phone numbers. I door knocked her apartment. And when nobody was home, I door knocked all the neighbors until I found somebody who knew her. And I asked her if she could please give Raelynn's mother my card. This was my direct dial, and please get in touch with me. That next day, after we ran the story about the accidental shooting, I got a call from a very emotionally compromised woman, Cassandra Adams, Raelynn's mother.
She was very, very loved. And I don't understand how this can happen.
Ms. Adams said that her daughter was not killed in an accidental shooting, that her daughter was murdered. She was told by someone who was in the room at the time, who had gone the night before and told the police exactly who this individual was and exactly what he did, which according to her was he kept making overtures, sexual overtures toward her. She was not interested. She spurned his advances. He said, quote, "F that bitch," and shot her right in the chest in front of a handful of witnesses. So once those facts came to light, it was no longer being handled as a accidental shooting. This was now a homicide investigation. The really strange part of this story is, though, on video, you can see two men carrying the 17-year-old woman's body out of the apartment, putting her in the hallway. They then pick her up, bring her into the elevator, bring her down to the lobby, and leave her in the lobby, and several people call 911. When the police arrive, all the people that were involved, the police had them sitting together on the sidewalk. We have photos of these individuals sitting together. The police questioned them at the scene and let them leave. So the individual who shot and murdered Raelynn Cameron was questioned by the police and allowed to leave, according to Cassandra Adams, her mother. On October 26th, a suspect was brought into the 75th precinct in Brooklyn. Javon Duncan, 22 years old, was charged with murder and criminal possession of a weapon. He was brought to the courthouse in Brooklyn, where he is currently awaiting arraignment. When that arraignment happens, we will follow up on all the details that we get at that court appearance. So if you're interested in stories like this, go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button so that you don't miss any of the content we're creating for the New York Post.